Good morning and happy Monday. Happy February, everybody. Welcome to the Ninja Habits Huddle. The Ninja Habits Huddle is here to help us ninjas to go through our week. But before we do that, I know we have some new people on the call, so I just want to introduce myself. My name's Alicia Garner, and I'm a broker owner here of an independent brokerage with my husband called Mainstream Realty Pros here in Columbus, Ohio. This is my family, and I love the Ninja Path. I was introduced to Ninja in 2018 through a company that I was working with, had never heard of it, and realized after my first installation that I was already running my business a lot like a ninja, but was missing out on a lot of the processes and a lot of the duplicatable ways that you can scale and grow a business and just enjoy a better life in real estate. I was really sold out to the belief that you had to chase after people, that you had to work god awful hours all the time and take time away from your family. We were able to circumvent some of that just because there was two of us, but there was still that pressure and that kind of wave of going up and down in our business. And this was something that was like, wow, this really fits with who we are and how we do business. So I started the Ninja Path that in 2018 with my husband, and we have been doing it ever since. Since then, I have been to another Ninja installation and also out to the Ninja Leadership, which I highly recommend if you ever get the chance, if you're a manager, a team leader, broker, to get out to Ninja Leadership in Colorado. It just shows you a whole nother level of Ninja and a different perspective. And so my brokerage, we run everything like Ninja here. We love it. And part of me wanting to do this is I was like, I need some more accountability in my life. So I opened up to the agents at our office to wake up every morning and do our Ninja together so that we can start our day off right. And in thinking about doing that, I thought, the Ninja way is to invite others along that journey. And so that's why you're probably here, is you probably saw something or were invited by someone, and now you are here on that journey with us. I was just going to do this for the month of January, but I actually felt myself to continue and then got confirmation from a lot of the people that are hopping on the call that, hey, we want to continue this. And, the momentum that we have started so far in 2025 has been phenomenal. And we didn't want to let that go. So if you're just now joining us for the first time, know that you will have that same experience. You will have the same momentum that will start if you continue to show up for yourself, be on purpose every day, and to take the time every day to get started in the Ninja way. So we've had some testimonies and different things that have happened throughout the month of January, and we look forward to adding to that here in February and sharing our successes, our challenges, and sharing any goals that we want to. Now, you can simply just join and go through the Ninja Daily with us. And as we go through them today, I'll just give a little bit of an explanation on what we're doing. But you can also participate. So you're welcome to participate in the chat. You're welcome to unmute yourself and share a story or whatever it is that you think might be valuable to the group. So before we get started here, well, I guess we are going to get started right now. As we get started here, happy Monday, good day. Hi, you can't seem to wake up, Mike. You know what? I had a tough time waking up this morning too. It's been a hard weekend for me, but I'm glad to be here and I'm grateful to show up with you guys this morning. So gratitudes. Let's start the day with gratitudes because this is something that helps us to change our mindset. And part of the Ninja way is that we always want to be in a state of gratefulness. And even if it's for the little things in life, right? Even when there's challenges. So what we do is we write these down. We have a journal. We write these down in our journals or wherever you want to write it. I have a planner that I write mine in that I've designed specifically for my Ninja Day. And we start that with gratitude. So why don't you put in the chat, what are you grateful for this morning? I'm grateful for, you guys, it's like light out. When we started this in January, it was dark almost our whole call. I love that the sun is coming up earlier, and I got a great walk in yesterday. It's just, I love this. I love when you can start getting out after being shut in so long. What about you? What are you grateful for this morning?
I'll just say it because it's too long to type. Um, this last week I was not in this class because I was in Nevada, moving my dad home from a skilled facility back to his house to live alone. Um, and he seems to be doing well, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful that it was an easier process than I had in my mind. Um, and I'm grateful that he's moving forward and has home health coming to help him while I'm back here in Tennessee.
Awesome. Carrie, what a great thing to support your dad and be there for your family.
Yeah, it worked out well. My kids had to come because I had no one to watch them, so they did all their homework while we were gone, and um, it was a very productive visit.
Oh, that's awesome. And I'm glad your dad's safe and moving on to that next season of his life. Um, it's so nice that people don't have to do that alone. So
Yeah,
wonderful.
thank you.
Let's see what we got here. Grateful for good weather today. Supposed to be 58. Wow. Is it? Did I miss that? I know, Karen, you're here in Columbus, right? Oh my gosh, that's insane. I'm excited. I guess I might get that other walk in today. Grateful for good weather today. Oh, I just read that one. Morning walk. I was lazy this weekend. Good job getting back on that horse, as they say. Grateful for smooth Monday morning where my wife and daughter had to be up and out an hour earlier than normal. Oh yeah, it's the little things, right, Brent? Grateful for Monday as well. Fresh start to the week. Yep. Warmer weather, great colleagues. Love it. Love it. Good job. Anybody else have anything they want to share that they're grateful for? I started reading a book. I don't know if I can recommend it yet, so I hate to mention it, but I do think I'm gonna grab it real quick. I feel like it really helps with that gratefulness mindset. Um, and if you've read it, you can tell me if you recommend it. But I'm only in like the first chapter. But it's called "Be Your Future Self Now." Has anybody read that book by by Benjamin Hardy? But one of the things that really made me think about is from a point of gratefulness. He talks about in the beginning of the book that we should basically think of our future self and think of what would our future self think about the moment we're in right now, and make decisions based on looking back on this moment. And it really was an interesting perspective. And he shared a great story in the book, I don't want to go too much into that, but just that attitude of gratefulness, it helps us to just really be in the moment, to be in this present, and to realize there's something every day, right, that we can really pull out and be grateful for. And it really has, for those of us who have been doing this for the past month, or have maybe you started doing it prior to that, you understand how much it's changing your mindset every day. So just awesome. Grateful I got on the phone. It took me 5 tries for a good sleep last night. I love it. I love it. Great things. Awesome, guys. Well, next we do our affirmations. So um, I'm just going to ask, because I don't want to necessarily go too deep into it, but how many of you are familiar with the ninja way of doing affirmations? Or I guess I should say, who isn't familiar with it? I'm going to just do a little bit of an explanation while you guys are writing those of you who have been doing this. This is a new month, so you can start a new affirmation if you want to. You can continue the same one. That's up to you. Okay, great. I'll explain it and make sure that you guys are aware. And it doesn't hurt to remind ourselves, right? But the affirmations in Ninja it's one thing you write. It's one sentence that you write. It should be in present tense, again, focusing on that present. So some examples of an affirmation. Also, I would say don't make it too long because you do write it 25 times. And this is the same affirmation you write 25 times the whole entire month. So it's really about focus. It's about really honing in on something. The affirmation does not have to be attainable in your mind. Actually, I would prefer that you push yourself on your affirmation. It shouldn't be something that's easy for you to grasp. Does that make sense? So this should be pushing your mindset. And an example of an affirmation, and I don't know if anybody wants to share theirs, you're more than welcome to help those who maybe don't know much about coming up with them. But it could be related to your to real estate, it could, and your income. So you could say, I enjoy receiving X amount per month, or I enjoy helping 5 families, to with their real estate goals. So if it's a health one, it might be, I know one I did years ago was, I enjoy eating fruits and vegetables. Um, I've had people that have done ones that, I enjoy living healthy. I enjoy moving my body. Um, I receive XYZ. I'm trying to think of some more, but if anybody has any other ones, feel free to put it in the chat. And then we write those out 25 times every day. And it's really important that it's written. So it's not something you want to type in your phone. This really is something you want to write and have with you. Anybody have any questions on that? All right. And I'll just give you guys some time to complete those. As you're getting through with your affirmations this morning, just type done in the chat so that we can move on together. I'll also say this. I was talking to someone last night. One of the things, Ninjas has a lot of research that's done behind it from a scientific standpoint. And one of the things that really blew my mind, and I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, is the reticular activating system in our brain, and how we can help utilize the way that we have been designed to help ourselves, right? So that we're working with ourselves, not against ourselves. I think it's important for us to realize that. But if anybody's ever bought a new car, and you prior to buying your new car, you maybe didn't really recognize all the other cars like yours, right, on the road. But now that you have that particular car and you're driving down the freeway, you see them everywhere. Has anybody else had this happen? Is it just me? I know it's not just me, because we're all built the same way, right? So I drive a Buick Enclave. It's cream, like a pearly color. And when I got it, I was just like, I love it. I just love my car. And then I would drive and I'm like, there's another one. There's another one. Oh my gosh, there's another one. There's another one. That is your reticular activating system. Prior to that, you didn't really recognize how many there were, and you just, that's just how it was. But now you recognize it. This exercise helps you to recognize opportunities for you to achieve what you are affirming, right? My daughter was just talking about this yesterday, and I was trying to explain the system to her, but couldn't think of the name. Yeah, they call it the RAS system, RAS. But and it happens to our buyers and sellers too, right? I mean, we notice real estate signs all the time because we're real estate agents. This is what we do. But the general public, they may notice a sign here and there, but they're not necessarily tuned into it. But when they're buying and selling, they're really tuned into those things. They see more of what's happening. They hear more of what's happening in the market. And that's part of being the ninja, is to show up at the time that's happening, right? And to be there. And so that's part of what this is. But the affirmations help you get there. They help you work with your brain to trigger that, so that that you're putting the information in, right? That's helping your brain to figure out, how am I going to make that happen for this situation? It's the same with our words, what we speak and the different things that we say. And there's more and more stuff coming out affirming that as well. So just what a great habit to have. And I honestly, to be honest, I really didn't put that much weight on the affirmations when I first did Ninja. I was like, oh, this is nice, But as I've been doing it more and more over the past few years, I have definitely recognized I'm improving in the areas that I focus on. Which seems very logical. So, but sometimes just doing it it can become just another thing you do, and we can forget the why behind it. So, Awesome. I see you guys are finishing that up. The next thing you want to do is plan your day. So this is pretty self-explanatory, but really the key of planning our day is to also look at getting in the ninja activities, the weekly activities, and making sure we are time blocking for those important, really what we call the money-making activities, those things that actually produce an income for you. I'm a big proponent of taking three things, writing out three main goals for the day or your top three, and then also challenging you guys to share one thing you're going to accomplish today. So if you would like to be accountable for that, share the one thing that you want to accomplish in the chat and let me know, did you guys accomplish what you had set out to last week? I know some of you had some big goals last Friday. Did you get them done? How'd it go? Let me know in the chat. And write your top three things that you're definitely going to accomplish today. I'm going to get mine written down. And then share with us your big goal today. Get a buyer's rep agreement signed from my virtual appointment this afternoon. Great job. Yes. I will record my neighborhood update video. Love it, Mike. Anyone else want to share one thing they're going to accomplish today? It could be something as simple as I'm going to walk outside today, which is something I'm going to do today, especially since it's going to be so nice and warm today. Me too, I need it. Yes, Terry, that fresh air, it really does help. Just getting outside. I will make time for the gym today. Good job, Brent. Follow up on my open buyers. Love it. Thanks, Sue, for sharing. I love the intention that you guys are putting into your day. You know, talking about momentum, and it's been something that's come up on a call that I'm a part of right after this, the Central Ohio Huddle call. And they were talking about momentum, and that was something that I really feel that is what we gain when we do this. You know, it's not necessarily just the one day thing. It's the culmination of everything we do a little every day. Yeah. So even if it's just one small thing you're doing every day, you're chipping away at a big rock, right? Work on YouTube channel today. Oh, I love that, Karen. I just updated mine not long ago. It's still not, I'm not a YouTuber by any means, but I've just been updating and freshening up some branding and different things lately. And it feels good to do that. Awesome. Well, we're going to move on to, you can still put some ones in the chat if you are still finishing up affirmations or figuring out what your one thing is today. Me neither, but it pushes out more content faster. I read. I might not know what that. Faster. I read. Oh, okay. Interesting. That's good to know. After grandbabies this morning, I am relaxing. Good to, Missy, that sounds like you know what? I love that you're making time for rest because I know you and you're a go, go, go person. So that is impressive. I'm very impressed by that. So today we're going to write 2 personal note cards. So in the Ninja, this is, note cards should not be a business note card with like, it could have your name on it. Like I know one of the agents I know here locally, Shannon, she had ones made that say a note from Shannon on it. So it's kind of branded, but it's not saying Shannon, your favorite real estate agent. But you don't want to put a business card. You don't want to ask for referrals. That is not the purpose of the personal note card. The purpose of the personal note card is connection. It's deepening relationships. These should be sent to people that you want to deepen relationships with, that you want to have a relationship with, or it could just be, you know, a one-off. Thank you for such and such, right? But you want to write 2 personal note cards. I love the note cards that are like seasonal and have different scenery on them. I really like, nature. So that's something that I put in my note that I use for my note cards. But these note cards can go to your current clients. They can go to your warm hot list. They can go to your family, your friends. I encourage you to write them to your children, write them to your grandchildren, right? It can be to colleagues. It can be to people you've done a deal with recently. Maybe you co-opt and the agent was really great. Write them a note card, right? It can be to your vendors. Just rattling off some different ideas in case you're struggling with that this morning. But you want to handwrite these and you want to put them in the mail. I know that sounds funny, but it's so easy for those to sit and not go out in the mail. So make sure that if you've got some that have piled up, today's the day. Take those out to the mailbox, get them in the mail. And while you guys are doing that, because this again is our first call of the month, and I want to make sure to hit a little explanation on everything for people that are just joining us. Reviewing your hot and warm list is what we're going to be doing next. And the first question I would ask you is, do you have a hot and warm list? And then I will also give you the ninja definition of what that hot and warm list are. So the hot list are people that are going to transact in the next 90 days, and they know that they're going to use you. So these are probably buyers you've met with or sellers you've walked through their homes or people you've had a conversation with that are repeat clients that have said, hey, we're using you and this is what our plans are. So that's your hot list. They know they're going to use you and they're probably going to do a transaction in the next 90 days or so. Your warm list, and this is interesting because I wasn't introduced to this till Ninja, but your warm list are actually people who may not know they're going to use you. They might know of you, but they don't know they're going to use you. And they may not even know they're going to be moving in the next, I'd say 6 months to a year. And this would be people that you listen for change and recognize there's transition coming in their lives. Okay, so this could be a lot of different things. It could be positive things that are happening in their life. It could be negative things that are happening in their life. It could be the birth of a child, a marriage, an engagement, becoming empty nesters, having people move back in with them. It could be divorce. It could be death. It could be a lot of different things. But as a ninja, part of the ninja way is we listen for these things and we intentionally be there for people. And this is the part for me that I really love about Ninja, because I love to serve people and I love to be there for people and be a source of encouragement. And so for me, this is a very natural thing. If it's not natural for you, that's okay. You can hone that skill and you can start to realize, hey, what can I do for this person? And take it even a step further, not just adding them to a list so that you can just sell them something, right? But we add them to the list so that we can actually be there for them. So if somebody has a baby, if they're within so many miles of my home, I will make a meal for them and prepare a meal and take it to them. I've learned not to do the ones that are too far away, but I try to the ones that are within, 30 minutes of my house, that I am like, okay, I'm going to intentionally take a meal to that family, right? If somebody's has a death, that you do something for them, not just write it. You can write them a personal note, obviously, but you can also go forward with doing an additional act of kindness. And I always believe what we sow in that area, we will reap, right? And the intention has to be right. It can't be a slimy intention where it's like, oh, I'm going to do this so I can get a sale. And when I'm there, I'm going to talk to them about why they should move. No, that's not what it's about. Lauren, if you're a newer agent, what's a good start to build these lists? You know what, Lauren, we talk about a word in Ninja called FORD, and it's having a conversation. So FORD is an acronym for family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. So what I would do is have as many of those conversations as possible. Just like somebody who might cold call will have a goal of calling 50 a day or 30 a day or whatever. As a ninja, our goal should be to have 10 conversations a day. That's it, just 10. These can be anywhere. It can be when you're at the bank. Instead of going through the drive-through, go inside. Talk to the teller. Hey, how are you today? Are you having a good day? How long have you been working here? I love this bank. You're so friendly. So do you have, how's your family doing? What's your name? It's great to meet you. My name's so and so, right? Like just start having relationships with the people you are around. Um, Ninja has and I can send it out to you guys after the call. They have a list of 150 ways to add people to your database, and it's so much easier than what people think it is. It's so easy to add people. You could even scroll on Facebook for like 10 minutes and probably pick up 3 or 4 people you could add to your database and start engaging with them, whether it's just through content, whether it's liking, whether it's, just going into DMs and talking to them. You may not have that deeper relationship yet, but that's a way that you can do it. Yeah, Karen, I'll send it out to everybody after the call. Absolutely. And one of the things I want to make sure to share with you guys, and that was a great segue into the next part, is our weekly habits as a ninja. So we actually will be focusing on one of these per week throughout February on Wednesdays. So one of those things is those what we call 50 conversations. If you're having 10 a day, that would equal 50 a week, right? And just so you guys know, I want to stress this, it's about progress, not perfection. I don't think anyone on this call has done everything perfectly every week. You might have a great week, you get busy and you're like, oh, I didn't get to this or get to that. That doesn't mean you still won't have success, right? You're still moving that needle forward. And so I don't want people to feel, oh my gosh, I have to do all these things in order to be successful. That's not true. I think if you I remember when the first Ninja installation, I was overwhelmed. There was so much information. And my husband and I looked at each other. I said, what are 2 things we can do right now? And that's all we're going to focus on. Because you can't implement everything at one time, right? You're just one person or maybe a team or even that. That's even harder when you have a team to even implement things. So, and I believe our first thing was flow. We weren't flowing with people, which is basically staying in touch with people on a regular basis. So we developed a system to do that for ourselves to make it easier for us to do that and to be more consistent there. And then we also worked on doing the conversations and updating our database more regularly. I want to say the database was the real big thing we started with, and now that's takes care of itself. Like you get in the habit of doing it. But each week we're going to talk about these. So week 1, which this Wednesday is going to be customer service calls. Next Wednesday will be real estate reviews. The following Wednesday will be 50 conversations. And then lastly, it'll be talking about our database. So as you hang in with us, we will be going a little deeper on these. Obviously, our call's only 30 minutes, so we can't do a full training. But we will be releasing some more trainings and doing some more in-depth trainings that we'll let you guys know about as time goes on. I'll be doing some of those on Zoom. So some of those are going to be live in my market, but then some will be on Zoom. So you guys will definitely get the invite to that. So if you're enjoying the Ninja Habits Huddle, if you're just starting, we would love to grow the awareness of our group, invite more people along this journey so that they can also see the results that we're seeing and build the momentum they need for 2025. And here's what's really great is you've already accomplished so much today just by doing this Ninja 5 daily habits. You've already got your note cards done. You've already got your mindset in gear. You've already planned your day for success. So now it's time to go out and do it. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful Monday, a wonderful week. We will be back here tomorrow morning, bright and early at 7:30. See you guys tomorrow. Everybody have a great one.